Let me go get my hat.
All right, we're recording, everybody. How's it? How y'all doing? How's everybody doing?
Doing good.
Woo, doing great.
Very good.
Doing good, guys. Doing good.
I know Earl's trying to
Getting
get
situated in
situated in
office.
his house, trying to thaw out.
Sorry, bro. Yeah.
So I want to put you guys on notice, just real quickly, just so you kind of know tonight. First of all, I didn't go to the gym, so I didn't take 3 scoops of Prepare. So I'm always different if I didn't take 3 scoops of Prepare. So one thing that I do want to do is I want to hear from you guys tonight. Because y'all heard enough from me over the last few weeks. You know, I end up doing, 70-80% of the calls and stuff like that. Talk for 40 minutes, and then we interact or whatever. So I want to kind of hear from you guys, because you guys are the ones that inspire each other, from whatever you're doing. Example, like last night, Earl was texting me all day and all night, and then I got a text at like 2 a.m, and he had a picture on there with him throwing his hat over the wall. And he said something like, just so you know, and he had flames, he goes, my hat is over the wall. And for some of you that don't know what that really means, I'm sure you can imagine what that means. But for some of you that don't know what it means, hold on, I'm going to mute some of you guys real quick. And if y'all talk, just go unmute yourself. Like if you start interacting, I'm going to just get a little bit of noise out of here. Let me see. Got a few phones down there. Appreciate everybody joining us tonight. Oh, that's much more quiet. Can everybody hear the sound okay? Does my sound okay? All right, good. So this will kind of set up the deal here. But for some of you guys that don't know the story about throwing your hat over the wall, we've explained it where imagine that you've got like a let me see here. Well, imagine that you got about a 12-foot wall in front of you, right? And you got your favorite hat, right? And you're like you don't have a ladder, you don't have a rope to get over the wall, right? Anybody wearing their favorite hat? Alcy, Sam, you got your favorite hats on. And let's say this hat means the world to you, right? Maybe your great-grandmother gave it to you when you were 8 years old and you're still wearing it. Who knows? Okay, but it's got a lot of sentimental value and it's part of your identity. So, but you got this big wall in front of you, 12 feet high. No ladder, no rope, nobody's shoulders to stand on to get over the wall, nothing like that. But you're like, someone challenged you to get over that wall because there's like $1 million on the other side. You understand? All your hopes, all your dreams, everything that you've always wished for, right? And you're like trying to figure out how in the heck am I going to get over this wall? And then whoever you're standing next to grabs your hat off your head and chunks it over the wall. The hat that meant the world to you, the hat that was your identity, the hat that was given to you by someone that was so special, your great-grandmother, your mother, your wife, your whoever, right? What are you going to do? What are you going to do about that hat? You going to walk away, right? You don't got a rope. You don't got a ladder. You don't got, you don't got anything to be able to get over that wall at that moment. What are you going to do? Okay. So you're going to decide that, by golly, I'm going to get that hat. I'm going to get that hat, and I'm also going to get that $1 million. I'm also going to get, everything that's waiting for me in life. All the success and happiness and all that other stuff that comes with the money, right? But the main thing, I got to get my hat. That's the thing that really motivated you now. Like, oh, no, you didn't. You just threw my hat over the wall. So that's what Earl was talking about last night. His hat is over the wall. That means he's 100%, 1,000%, 2,000%. He's not like, how when you go and you're going to go swimming or you're going to go to the beach and you put your toes in the water to check how cold the water is. You know what I'm saying? Anybody ever done that? Anybody do that? Okay. Now that's not a good thing to do, especially because I like the pool, like unless it's like 110 degrees outside, I don't really like the cold water. I like it when it's kind of warm, not warm, but just kind of room temperature, like bath water or something like that. I don't like it where you jump in and you're about to have a heart attack. You know what I mean? And so when you got water that's that cold and you put your toes in there, what do you immediately do? You're like, I ain't going in there. I can't go in there because you just tasted it. You just tested it. You just felt the shock on your big toe. You're like, if that does that to your big toe like that, imagine what it's going to do to your heart. It's going to stop your heart. When you jump in, it's going to shock you. I've jumped in water that cold before where you can't even breathe, right? And so sometimes it's best just to jump in versus feeling it first, because now you know what's going to come, and it's going to take you forever for you to jump in unless somebody throws you in. You know what I mean? So, but that's the thing in Herbalife. That's the thing in business, for you to be successful in business, for you to be successful in any business, for you to be successful in Herbalife, for you to be successful in network marketing, building relationships, anything that you do that's going to make you money and build a business, a solid business, you got to be all in. You guys understand what I mean? So, and then we're going to go interactive after this. I just kind of want to set the tone here for the conversation. And for you guys that are joining us late, or not late, but I guess, 10 minutes, after the hour or whatever, whenever we put this online, make sure that you go back and listen to the first 10 minutes. That way the setup to the whole thing kind of makes sense to you. We post these online later. So first of all, I appreciate all of y'all joining us from whatever locations that you're in. But the big thing, and I told this too, we used to do supervisor focus groups way back before we had video conferences, right? Back on the telephone, on teleconferences, right? Conference calls is what we called them. But we did supervisor focus groups. And on those focus groups, I used to tell these folks about being committed, being all in with your heart, your body, your mind, your soul, your spirit. I mean, with everything that you got. You guys know what it's like when you're all in versus 50% in or 40% in mentally. Mentally, it's a mental game mainly. But then the mental leads to the physical and everything else, right? The mental leads to the physical manifestation of the things that you end up doing in terms of your activity. Everybody, does that all make sense? How kind of that formula works? Pretty simple. Once you're mentally bought in, I call it the buy-in factor. You guys might want to write that phrase down because you don't hear that all the time. But it's the buy-in factor. You have to have a personal buy-in factor on anything that you do in life that you believe in. Does that make sense? Okay. But I remember in the reason I'm getting to this about the supervisor focus group is because Bob Gray heard this, and y'all all know Bob Gray, president's team member. Right? But this was before he was on the president's team. I think this was even before he was on the GET team. He signed up in June of 1999, and he got to the GET team pretty quick. He was in qualification for GET team by the end of the year. And he missed his second cut in December and had to start all over I thought it was his third cut, but I think he corrected me one time, and I think it was his second cut. If anybody knows the story, can help me out. But he had to start all over, start from the beginning in January of 2000 for his 3 months, right? But one of the things that, how sometimes when you're talking to a group of people, and maybe some of y'all have experienced this before, maybe when I'm saying something, or maybe when somebody on the stage is saying something, it like hits home with you. You almost feel like they're got ESP, like they're talking to you. You're like, who told them that about me? That's private information, right? You're like, they're talking directly to me. Sometimes you take offense to it even, or sometimes it hurts your feelings. You're like, geez, they're talking directly to me. How'd they know that? Anybody ever felt that feeling before? Probably all of us. I know I have. So sometimes when you're in a group of people and you're explaining a particular philosophy or principle about business, or a particular way to think about things, sometimes things will land on you directly, and you almost have this guilt, like, I'm guilty of that. Anybody? I know I am. You know, whenever I hear speakers, I'm like, geez, wow, how do you know that? Well, we're all pretty much made up of a lot of the common stuff. Have a lot of the same common beliefs, common wants and needs out of business and out of life. So, but I remember on this supervisor focus group talking about, you know, being like having 6 toes in and 4 toes out. Like you got 10 toes. So you're testing the water, and sometimes you dip the toes in there, right? They dip about, I don't know how you dip 6 toes in, but you guys get the point, you know. But, you know, they got 5 toes in and 5 toes out. That means you're 50% in, 50% out. You got 5 full toes in the water, but 5 still on the dry ground. That means you ain't committed to going in that water yet. You guys got me? Or you might fully immerse 1 foot all the way up to the ankle, and then you put your left big toe in there. Well, you still only got 6 toes, and you got 4 little ones out. You follow the meaning of that? And maybe sometimes it varies. Maybe sometimes you got 8 toes in, but you're still a little bit reserved, and you got 2 toes out in business, in terms of commitment, in terms of your buy-in factor, your personal belief system, right? 7 toes in, 3 toes out. Sometimes you got all 10 toes in. You're fully committed, right? But then something happens, and then you pull back. You know, your psychology, your belief system, your belief in yourself, or your belief in the products, or your belief in the company, or your belief in the future, or your vision isn't where it needs to be. Because those without vision, what's the word?
Perish.
Thank you. Write it down. Those without vision perish. So that means if you don't want to perish, it's a good idea to have what?
Vision.
Vision. Vision. Well, I got my glasses on so I can see y'all. Vision. But, you know, but we need to imagine and visualize what the future is going to be like. The near future, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, and the long-term future, short, mid, and long-term. But I'll never forget Bob telling me, after I explained the 5 toes in, 5 toes out, 6 toes, 7 toes in, 3 toes out, that's if you want to get up the marketing plan to the Get team and the Millionaire team and the President's team, that plan ain't gonna work. And in Louisiana, they say that dog ain't gonna hunt. Anybody ever heard that? Mm-hmm. In the South, you've heard that. Okay. Where's Sam at? Where's Sam? Where did Sam go? I'm looking for him. Am I blind all of a sudden, or did he go in the dark hole over there? Where's he at? Oh, there he's right in the middle. Oh my God, you got a little screen on my thing. I need to turn my TV on. You are right up top, 12 o'clock center, and I didn't even see you. Oh, there you are. Now you're on my big screen. Good. I need that. So the bottom line is this: that conversation changed it for Bob. Y'all got to see what I'm saying. Look at it. Monitor. I'm sitting here watching y'all on the computer. I can't even see. I mean, I looked in every single box down here and I didn't see Sam. Jeez. Also, you had your phone going this way, so it had a slim shot of you too.
Right. I was in a vertical point.
Exactly. You got to get back horizontal. So, but that changed it for him. And he was like, oh my goodness, you're talking to me. He told me that later. He goes, you were talking directly to me. How did you know? I go, I didn't know specifically about you, but I know that that's what people go through. Because guess what? You think I've ever been there? In 20, how many years has it been? Since 1991, full time. And I was also in for 2 years in 85 through 87. So if you combine them, how many years is, that's 27 plus 2 is 29. 29 total years in the business, in Herbalife. You think 1 or 2 days I've ever had 2 toes out? Psychologically, mentally, probably. Maybe it's my day off. Maybe I was having a bad day. Maybe this, maybe that. Who knows? But everybody's human. You go through that. So, but that really helped him a lot, understanding that analogy, because sometimes it's a real fight if you're not, and you're like, you don't know what is wrong. You don't know what, you think that you're doing everything. You're using the products, you're wearing the button, or you're wearing the brand, you're talking to people, you're going to the meetings, but up in your head, you don't have the full 100% buy-in factor. You don't have the fully immersed 10 toes, all in attitude, belief, and vision system going on with you. You guys relate to that? Now imagine, this is where your imagination comes in, right? Who has, by the way, make sure I'm talking to the same crowd here, or the right crowd. Who has an imagination? Raise their hand. I'm gonna look at this TV mug. So instead of looking over here, I'm gonna be looking over there. Okay, everybody's got an imagination. Very good, very good. So I want you to imagine this scenario, and I promise y'all, we're fixing to go interactive. Okay, I'm just setting the foundation. Imagine for the next 6 months, we'll go with the bad scenario first, and then we'll go with the good scenario second, like the solution scenario. So let's take the scenario of a struggling distributor, a good person, good intentions, but a struggling distributor, meaning they want to get to the global expansion team, the millionaire team of the president's team. They got inspired from the kickoff training that's happening this weekend in Dallas, or wherever kickoff training you go to, right? They got inspired from it. They get inspired from tonight's call, whatever. But let's take the scenario that they're kind of 5 toes in and 5 toes out, 6 toes in, 4 toes out, 7 toes in, 3 toes out on any given day. It's always a little bit different. It's never 100% on the products. Got to start with the products. So they're not like clockwork on the products. And let's say they're not like clockwork on getting on these this support system here that we have every Wednesday night. I use that as an example. It could be any support system that you have locally that works for you, that you feed from, okay? Because you got to be that. You got to be involved in a support system to support you, right, in your endeavor. But let's say that you hit and miss on that, right? You're not too consistent on that. You're about as consistent there, 6 toes in, 4 toes out, as you are in the products. You know, you miss a day or two on shakes. You miss your tablets. You miss the gym. And you're eating, you know, bad foods and whatever else. And then you're going to bed every night guilty and waking up guilty, feeling bad about yourself. So that affects your self-esteem. But you still love Herbalife. You're still working with Alcy. You're still working with Sam. You're still working with Earl, somebody, Brandon, somebody that's like, you still want to do it, but you got these bad habits and you got this commitment that's just not all there every day, 40, 50, 60%. You guys understand that scenario? So imagine where you're going to be in 6 months if you continue that scenario. You love Herbalife, you love the people that you're working with, but you're just not consistent on those few things that we mentioned. You might even go to the kickoff training this month, but then you miss the STS in February, or you missed the one in March, or you missed the leadership development weekend in April, which leads to, because for every reaction there is a what?
Reaction.
Exactly. For every action there's also an opposite reaction. Okay? So everything is cause and effect. Everything has an effect for the cause. You guys understand? So let's say that you ended up missing the leadership development weekend in April. I'm talking about 6 months out here. I'm 6-month plan here of being inconsistent and being in and out, 1 foot in, 1 foot out type situation with your commitment and your buy-in factor. So you missed the April LDW, and then the next month, or something comes up, and May, you missed the STS, and all of a sudden, July rolls around, and you're just not too excited about going to the extravaganza in Houston. But boy, you love Herbalife. So here's what that is. Here's like, do y'all like real talk? I like real talk. I respond to the real talk the best.
Yes, please.
And
Yes,
I know
please.
that, yeah, and I know I can see some of y'all feed off of that. Okay. But I've also experienced that in the past. Like grown-ups, they want you to shoot it straight with them. Like, tell me the good, tell me the bad, let me make some of my decisions, and then we'll work it out. Right? Don't just tell me all the fluff. Tell me the good and the bad, because it could go either way. Do you think in 29 years I've seen it go both ways? Good people with all the best intentions that could have been superstars that fell into this trap. And it all comes down to the buy-in factor, the commitment, the vision, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, 5 toes in, 5 toes out. It's not going to be that every day. It's going to be, sometimes it's going to have more commitment for 2 days. They'll have 7 toes in. But then 3 days later, they got 4 toes in, 6 toes out. It's never consistent. You guys see that? Imagine where their business is going to be after 6 months, and then they miss the extravaganza. Because everything's cause and effect. Everything's cause and effect. Imagine how good a football team is going to be when, on a weekly basis, they're supposed to show up for practice. They're supposed to show up in the classroom. So they're all prepared mentally and physically, and they're educated on all the plays for that weekend. Imagine if they're just haphazardly 1 foot in, 1 foot out, skipping the meetings, skipping the practices, skipping the nutrition, skipping the whatever, the mental game and the physical game, the classroom game, the motivational game, all that. Imagine if they missed that stuff from time to time. Are they going to be starting players? They probably ain't even going to be on the team, much less starting players, because the coach don't put up with that, does he? Okay? So that's the first scenario. You could already imagine for a person that wants to have legitimate success, who they're going to be in 6 months with that sort of philosophy going on in their head, because it all starts with what's going on in your head. Decisions that you make, the way you feel about it, the decisions that you're making about your business is what determines where you wind up. The choices and decisions you make today and tomorrow determine where you're going to wind up 6 months from now, 6 years from now. The choices and decisions you make. Does that make sense? Of course it does. Okay, so now let's take the next scenario. Let's take the good scenario. I saved the good for last. I got the bad out of the way on purpose. Okay, let's take the good scenario. Let's say you're pretty new. It doesn't matter if you signed up yesterday, last week, or you could have signed up a year ago. You could have been even signed up 6 months ago and fallen into that pattern that I just explained. But the great thing about Herbalife, every day is a new day that you can make a new decision to change it. You. Jim Rohn says the height of maturity is taking full 100% responsibility for where you are and for where you are not, right? So the great news about this business is today, you don't have to wait till tomorrow. Today is a new day that you can make some choices and decisions and change the direction of your life. That make sense? That makes sense? It makes sense. It's so simple. And it's as simple as a personal decision. And you got to back up your decision with some resolve. Resolve. And I always explain resolve like you almost got to slam your fist down on the counter and say, that's it. I've had enough. I'm not living like this anymore. And that's the day that changes your life around. You guys got me? And then the great news is you got all the support. You got your sponsor and your sponsor and the leadership. They're always going to be there to help you, hug you, lift you up when you're down, keep you up when you're up. You know what I mean? All that type of stuff. Because we all need each of us need all of us, and all of us need each of us. Correct? Of course. So let's take the better scenario, and then we'll go interactive. Imagine the next 6 months. You're on the products like clockwork. You take the products like Alcee and Morgan do. You know how I know how they take the products? Because they video everything they do. Everything's on video. That's how I know what they do. You know, it's unbelievable how many videos these people shoot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. It's unbelievable. He documents everything. And that's a good thing. That's a great thing. Now, if you're not that type of person, no problem. You don't have to document from the second you roll out of bed to the second that you pass out at night, but you could document something once in a while, can't you? Something. I don't document as much as they do, but I document something sometimes. Try to do something. So it doesn't even matter if that's your personality or not about being on video and doing social media. You can do something sometimes. Something's better than nothing. Let me put it that way. So you have a presence in the marketplace. Let's take the positive scenario, the next 6 months, starting right now, not starting tomorrow, starting right now, that you're a freaking, you're a Herbalife Terminator on the products. Starts with the products, because the products is what fuels the fire for your business. Mark Hughes is real smart. He says, put some ingredients in there that are going to give these people some desire and some belief and some hope and some things that's going to make them feel good about themselves and some things that's going to make an introvert an extrovert and some things that's going to give you personality and some things that are actually going to make you funny when you talk. Take 3 scoops of Prepare and tell me if you ain't funny when you talk. You're funny when you talk on Prepare. And if you ain't funny enough, throw Lift Off on top of it. And then some CR7 and some You'll get funny. You'll get funny. You'll get a personality real quick. You'll be like Alcee real quick. You'll be chewing on stuff. Turn that video camera on. You'll be chewing on the can. You know, you'll get funny. You will. You'll get out of yourself. Okay? So let's say you become a Terminator on the products. You're bleeding green, as we say. You don't go anywhere unless you're wearing the brand. You know, got the brand, the hat, the shirt, the lift-off shirt, whatever you're wearing every day to let people know what you represent, right? You go to the kickoff training, for example, the one this weekend in Dallas, or whichever one is in your city, wherever you may live. Then you go to the training next month. You go to the training the month after. You go to the LDW in April. Every single Wednesday night, you get on these video conferences. You're in communication with your sponsor and whoever's helping you, you know, that you're working with. You know, you go to the extravaganza in Houston with 40,000 people in July. Guys, you know, that's like we're already the 17th of this month. What's the date of the extravaganza? It's the fourth week of July, right? So we're like 6 months and a week away. We're 2 90-day plans away. Do you guys have any idea? I mean, they're going to be popping fireworks before you know it. It's going to be July 4th before you know it. July is going to be here, 2 90-day plans. And you can be sitting in that stadium getting your mind blown, okay? So imagine if you're, instead of testing the water, or if you have been testing the water, that's a normal thing sometimes. Imagine instead of that, and I don't care how cold the water is, maybe you've already tested it and you're like still afraid, you're still shaking a little bit. Here's what you need to do. You need to man up or woman up and just jump in. Jump in, and because guess what? Especially if Alcee jumps in before you. Alcee was out in the snow today with no shirt on. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. You got to get crazy sometimes. You got to get crazy to prove your limits. So the cool thing about Herbalife is people have already jumped in that have proven that you can do it too, and you ain't going to die trying. You ain't going to die if you jump in. You guys got me? So you got to have the belief about yourself. You got to have that fully immersed, I'm all in, 10 toes in, not 7 and 3 and let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Can't have a let's see what happens attitude about your financial future, can you? Can't have a let's see what attitude about building your future, can you? Who wants to follow? Who's interested in building a team and building residual income? Raise your hand. Okay? Okay, very good. Getting those checks in the mail every single month for the rest of your life, right? Who's interested in teaching people how to do that? Okay, let me ask y'all something. Hold on. First of all, keep your hand up because that's a good picture. Hold on. Hold on, I got to pull my camera up first. I got to put this on Instagram. Hold on. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, put your hand up. Oh, yeah. We're in class. Boom. Ooh, that's a good picture. Okay. Oh, and by the way, y'all listen to the call, but for y'all that do social media, you should probably get some shots of what's going on, even some little 15-second clips and stuff of what we're talking about. don't do the whole call, but you know, a couple, 2 or 3, whenever we're talking about some good stuff here, do your social media stuff so you can tantalize people what they're missing. Okay, now this is y'all's test. The last little thing that I was talking about, what was I talking about before I took the test? Exactly. Who knows?
Jump. Just go.
You're talking about going in the water.
Exactly.
Jump in the water, man up.
Thank
Woman
you. You got to man up.
Jump.
You got to woman up. Okay? Don't be afraid. People have already been there and done that. People are still being there and doing that. Now, the last question that I asked you, y'all remember? Who wants to build a team? Who wants to make residual income? Who wants to get those checks in the mail for the rest of your life? And by the way, who wants to teach others how to do it? Okay?
Right there.
Now, let me ask you this. Think about it. Think about it. Do you want to follow, let's say your sponsor, okay? Look at that dude over there, Coach T, with a mask on. If you rob somebody on camera with that mask on, I won't even know where to tell the cops to go. I don't know. He just had a mask on. Cop says everybody's got a mask on. It snowed from the East Coast to the West Coast.
It's cold.
By the way, don't take your mask off. Put it back on. I just looked at that. That looked like you.
I'm finna get in the truck now. I can take it off.
No, I was joking with you.
Oh, no, it's all right. I'm finna get in the truck. I'm off.
Okay, so check this out. Oh, Alcy likes that. Imagine if your sponsor, you really wanted to have some change in your life and you really loved Herbalife, and your sponsor sponsors you, and you're calling up your sponsor, and your sponsor's got a ho-hum, 1 foot in, 1 foot out attitude. Are you going to follow your sponsor? Or you might follow him for a while because you might be so new that you don't know the difference. But in general, do you want to follow someone that doesn't know where they're going and doesn't believe in where they're going? That's my question.
No, sir.
No. So guess what? You want to make a residual income and build a team. Your people don't want to follow some wishy-washy, in and out, haven't made up my mind, 1 foot in, 1 foot out person. They don't. They need leadership. They need direction. They need a strong person. And all you need to be strong about, by the way, is your conviction on the products, your conviction about wearing the brand, your conviction about going to the trainings and the support system, and your conviction and your vision and your belief about the future. You need to be sure that we're going to the promised land, and I'm going to take you with me. You guys understand? The promised land. We're going to the promised land. Follow me. Or would you like a sponsor to, you go, sponsor, where are we going? He goes, I don't know. Where do you want to go? And he goes, I want to go to the promised land. Then your sponsor goes, well, I don't know how to get there. Because your sponsor missed the training and missed the video conference and missed everything and didn't even take a shake today. All the simplest of things, right? Look at Alcy. Okay, you guys understand where I'm coming from? So here's the moral to the story. Here's the moral to the story. You got to be the sponsor that you would be you got to be the sponsor that your person is going to be proud to have. That's what I'm trying to say. People they want to be led. If you're going to tell people what to do, you got to tell from a position of strength and your posture. Your posture is where you, like your position, where you stand, how you sit, okay? But it's your posture that you have in here, like Alcy's going here. Your posture, the way you feel about things, your posture. And it doesn't just come out in words either, because you project in words how you feel inside, and these people are going to know it. And you got to, so it's easy to lead people if you know where you're going. So if you have the buy-in factor, going back to that, then I'm done. If you have the buy-in factor, don't you think it's going to be easier to build a team and to build residual income if you got the buy-in factor, if you got the belief, if you got the vision, if you're bleeding green on the products, if you're wearing the brand every single day, if you're making me jealous by having all these new hats and putting them online, and I'm like, where'd you get that hat? Making your upline jealous. I mean, y'all have got the swag of all swag. You know, you got to keep doing that because y'all are leading the way with this stuff. Y'all are breaking barriers. All this new swag y'all are wearing and all these new videos that you're doing and being creative with all the stuff that you're doing. Guess what? It inspires everybody. Okay? So that's the type of person that you want to be. And until you're that person, learn from your upline, learn from your sideline, learn what people are doing. And guess what? It's what I've learned from all the successful people in Herbalife and out of Herbalife in any successful business. Find somebody successful and copy them. You don't got to go out after the call and go, now starting from scratch, square one, what am I going to do? I got to go find me a different color hat, and I got to get a different logo, and what am I going to do? I can't be wearing the same logo as Sam. I can't be wearing no Herbalife nutrition hat like Alcy because we're going to look the same. I got to have something different. And then you work on that for a month, trying to come up with a logo, a new one. I'm just throwing that out there, you know what I mean? So the point is you don't have to, like, reinvent the wheel, is what they say, and come up with all these brilliant ideas on your own. Copy success. And the first successful thing that you want to master is using like crazy, wearing like crazy, and talking like crazy. Use, wear, talk. Use products, wear the brand, talk to people. Talk to people about the products, talk to people about the business. Now, if you got 100% buy-in factor, 10 toes in, you're in the water. You know what happens when you jump in ice cold water after about 5 minutes? Guess what? Getting out of the water is colder than staying in the water. Like, you get out of the water, you freeze. Staying in the water is like, no, you're comfortable. It only took you about 5 minutes to, like, get you body temperature used to it. You know what I'm saying? So you just jump in, you'll get used to it, and then you can't even imagine turning back because you're on your way to the promised land. And I tell you this as well. I'll tell you what's so rewarding. It's when you get people and you start helping people and they believe in your vision and they believe in your mission and you're the conduit to help their dreams come true. You want to talk about something that make you feel good when you go to bed at night and wake up every single day. Empowering others, investing your life into their life. You guys got me? But how are you going to invest your life into their life if you got 5 toes in and 5 toes out? That's what I'm saying, right? You can't be that way in business. And so to have 10 toes in every single day, fully immersed, fully committed, okay, 100% belief, 100% vision, 100% buy-in factor, all you got to do is stay plugged in. All you got to do is use the product like crazy. All you got to do is never walk out of your house without wearing the brand. Because you never know, you might meet Earl Thomas at the gym that becomes a global expansion team member. Imagine if I wasn't wearing my stuff. And imagine if I didn't have the I'm going to the promised land attitude. I could have even been wearing my stuff. And if I was 1 foot in and 1 foot out, I wouldn't have got him. Because he was like, geez, I don't want to work with him. He's not that passionate about what he's doing. But no, I was passionate like a little kid. He'll tell the story. You guys got me? Does that make sense? All right. So much for laying the foundation of the call here. It's been 35 minutes. Okay. So let's get you guys talking. Whoever wants to go first, talk. It's January 17th. First of all, did y'all get value out of what I'm talking about? Can you guys relate to what I'm talking about? You got to know kind of the good and the bad, because we can look at things where people aren't successful in anything in life, and there's a few elements, the reasons why, and then we can look at some. It's not like Jim Rohn said. There's a half a dozen things that make the majority of the difference in the way your life turns out. It's the same in the Herbalife business too. It's not like 100 different things to go figure out. Half a dozen to get figured out. Half a dozen to stay away from. Stay away from all the winos. Stay away from all the negative talkers. Stay away from the people that don't empower you, because guess what? You're a product of your association. It rubs off on you. Osmosis. You understand? That's why it's important to be around like-minded people that are going to support your endeavors in anything that you do. Okay? So, by the way, so all y'all can relate to what I'm talking about, right? Y'all got value out of that little deal? Okay, good. So who wants to go first? Tell us what's going on here with the intention of not only telling us, but also teaching others, maybe to inspire some others of what's going on. Okay, who wants to go first?
Hey, Glenn, I had my hand up real
Oh, there
quick.
you are.
I know you got a lot of people on here, which is awesome. So, it's hard to find this. Hey, guys, this is Earl. I just wanted to share something real quick. I mean, what Glenn was talking about, I've been talking with several people that's coming into the organization. It's already organization.
Hold on. Is he breaking up, guys?
Continue to. Oh,
Hold
can you
on.
hear me?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Breaking up. Can you hear me?
I didn't know if it's just on my line, but
Hello?
so you're gonna need to start over and maybe get a good
I'm
connection.
breaking up.
Yeah, you're breaking up pretty bad.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah,
I'm
go
still
ahead.
breaking up.
Give it a test.
All right, is that better?
I don't know. We'll find out. Go ahead.
Okay, great. Yeah, I was saying the number one thing is, because I talked to Monica about this, and she sent me an excellent email. Thank you, Monica, by the way, about the vision, getting that belief. Number one thing, right? And she's told me this before, but the number one thing about this, repetition is the mother of all learning. Repetition is the mother of all skill. And I talk to people, and sometimes people tell me for themselves that they've read something, they've watched something before. And I've told myself that several times. I've read a book before, another one like The Science of Success. I've read it before. So I figure sometimes I don't need to read it again. Monica suggested that I watch The Secret again, ASAP. So boom, as soon as she told me to do that, I turned it on immediately. And that's anytime you find yourself in trying to figure it out, anytime you're trying to find yourself and trying to figure it out, the number one thing is get that vision enhanced. That's how when I met Glenn, for example, when I met Glenn, I could tell Glenn was clear. And after that, by the time we were finished getting the GET team, as what he promised at the beginning of the year when he told me that we'll do it, he explained, he said, hey, Earl, the team you have now, Monica and I already had this envisioned. We already had this type of team in our mind. This is the type of team we had mapped out. So it was already in their mind. He was just looking for the person to step into that puzzle or step into that architecture. And that's what I know for myself. That's when I was like, anytime so when I hit Monica up, just to be transparent with you guys, at any level, because Glenn taught me this earlier in 2017, he said at any level, even though you're at tab team, Earl, anytime you're trying to reach a certain level, you're going to get to a point where you're trying to find to get to the next, because you're always growing. You're always growing. You're always growing. So I'm like, okay, a GET team, all right, what do I have to do to get to the next level, right? So then after that, I started like sitting back and said, okay, you know what? Enhance the vision. Work back on the vision. Work back on the vision. All of a sudden, as soon as I started doing that, all these different doors, started opening up. All these different doors started opening up. And that's when it just clicked to me. And I sent Glenn a message. Man, I threw the hat over the wall. Like, that's it. Like, let's go, because this is the thing. What Glenn is talking about, what we have coming up, for example, is January kickoff. January kickoff is the reason why they call it, that's the kickoff for the entire year. That event is the kickoff for the entire year. Everybody on this call is a leader. I don't care if you just joined today. I don't care if you joined 2 days ago, a month ago, whatever. I don't care if you got a big team, small team, no team. When I had no team, like nobody in my organization, right? I got like hundreds of people in my organization now. But before that happened, I already knew that the point of you have to get customers and distributors. People have to follow you. Number one thing. Let's go to the basics. When you take the product, that's what I love about the company. In order for people to join you, they want to see if you're actually on the products and believe in the products. You're not a salesman. So you actually have to be on that. I love that because number one, you're getting healthy, right? And you're getting excited and you're getting passionate about it. Second thing is if you want to go to the promised land in the business, people want to know, okay, hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you passionate about the business? Are you serious about the business? I heard this in one of the trainings. Somebody said, if you go to a church, pastor tells you, well, I don't know about this Jesus church. I don't know about all that stuff, but join my church. I'm going to come here. I might come every other Sunday. I might do that. Right. I might do that, but here's the collection plate, join it, come sign up with me. Right. Now, how would you feel with that congregation? Right. And I'm being serious when it comes to this business, that's the reality of it. So if I sign somebody up and like right now we got a challenge going on. So we got a lot of on us, right? So, and I love about what the team is, what our team is doing. with this challenge. They're stepping up. They're doing the workouts. They're taking the products, all that stuff. But at the end of the day, us, okay, they got an event coming up. Are they going to be at that event? So they're going to look for my team. I'm the leader. If I'm not at that event, good luck on me convincing people to come to the next event if I'm not there, right? It's by example. It's not me saying I send you there. It's about, okay, are you actually in? Earl, so that's why I say my hat is over the wall, because I already know people only going to do about a certain percentage of what I do. If I lower that percentage to 50%, then I'm only going to probably get about 25% out of people. My percentage got to be 150 because their lives are on the line. I think a better way to help others would help me was that I realized if like right now I've been training for different certifications, like will help me realize, like think about a lifeguard, right? When Herbalife, we're saving lives. We're changing lives. In order to move up the marketing plan, people have to get healthier. People have to make money. Those two things have to happen. All right. But a lifeguard on a beach, they have to be the top person on that beach. Right. They have to be the top conditioned person on that beach. They cannot have stuff because somebody's life is on the line. Now, if you try to sign up to be a lifeguard and say, well, I'm not going to do those 10 push-ups, I'm going to do 5. I think that's good enough. That is unacceptable. Okay. I'm just setting a certain example. It depends on, because you got to remember what our job description is. Okay. Like I talk to a lot of people. A lot of people want real talk. Okay. I know you got some new people on here, but if you want to grow, you have to be willing to do more than what people under you are going to do. That's true. In order to make money in this company, you have to be willing to do more than what people under you are willing to do. I already know for what encourages me, what I love about Glenn, I said something extremely heartfelt about Glenn, because I already know I'm grateful to have him as a mentor, and Monica, because I know they've been through more than I've been through. So I know when they tell me something to do it, that they're not just saying, well, Earl, you do that. You go ahead. You do that. And I'm going to sit here and look pretty or whatever, you know. But I know they've done it to get to where they are. And I know they helped others to do it. So I'm going to step up to the plate, and overcome any challenges and do whatever I have to do. That's extremely key I'm just saying this for everybody on this call. I'm saying it, letting y'all know this is what I think for myself. I'm not saying you guys go out and do that. You're going to see me at the JKO bright and early, right? And first guy to get in, last guy to leave, all right? Because at the end of the day, this is the number one event that's going to set everything off. But if I'm not there, how can I expect my organization to be there? How can I grow an organization? This company is going to be real with everybody. Long-term money, residual money, is if people become leaders for themselves. If people become leaders for themselves, I can only see CJ's doing awesome. I'm just going to use CJ for an example because she's in my organization. Because y'all see CJ doing the thing. So, for example, I can only do so much for CJ. That's only so much I can do. She has to get the leadership for herself. She has to absorb the information for herself. She has to get Herbalife inside of her as much as possible. Because the outside world is telling everybody that they can't do anything. The outside world is telling everybody. And as soon as you think about it, how many people have told you, man, you're awesome. Besides people in Herbalife, right? First of all, I know that. Think about how many people at your job, how many people that's in your family, even though they love you, you just say like, man, you're just amazing. Like 5 or 6 days, it doesn't happen. You know, me and Glenn was exchanging messages earlier. Heartfelt. This had nothing to do with nothing about volume points. I said, man, I appreciate you. Man, you're awesome. He's like, man, you're the same. You know, I love everything you do as well. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the type of, I want to be around people like that who taking me up. People are taking me up, right? So you're only going to get as high as the people that you're around that's trying to extend you. If you're around people that's trying to sit up here, pull you down, good luck, buddy. Good luck. But you're trying to go right here, but I want to hang with these people. Pay attention. Like I told Bisco a while ago, he was like, you were saying some things. I was like, hey, pay attention to where I'm going, bro. I told him just like that. Excuse my language. So I said, him straight up. I said, I'm using a little slang. That's how I talk to him. I said, pay attention to where I'm going, Brian, playing no games. Like, excuse the informality, but I'm not playing any games with this dude. You see me in Arlington, watch how Arlington blow up. I'm telling y'all, it's not a game, okay? So, but I'm telling him, if you're going to get where I'm going or be where I'm at, like, you have to do what I'm doing. You have to be at the events. You have to sacrifice, because the comfortable people don't have what they want. The comfortable.
You got paused up,
I'm out.
Carl. Hold on. You're froze up.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you froze for about 10 seconds there.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep.
What's the last part? Anyway, I was just saying, I was telling Bisco, me and
Yeah.
Bisco always together. We just finished working out, so we good. All right. But I'm just saying, I was just telling him, because I had the same conversation I had with Bisco, me and Glenn had. So I'm not saying something brand new, okay? Because Glenn told me, hey, Earl, if you want to get.
You told him what I told you?
In a nicer way compared to you.
Nice. You were nicer? Wow.
No, I'm joking. Glenn was nice. Glenn was nice in a certain way. But I did. But seriously, I told him it's based on what he wants, right? If he said he just want to, man, I just want to do this thing part-time, I'm good, But I'm like, okay, B, if this is what you want a tab team, this is what you got to do. Because I asked him, I said, man, how many people in your circle got what they want? None of them. Right? All right. So, but let's get you around people. Let's get you around people that have what you want and more. That way, by osmosis, you can attract that, because that's going to put you in a higher level of thinking.
Exactly.
All right. So, but anyway, that's how you obtain the vision. You get more people around you and all that stuff. But the January kickoff event is huge for everybody. Looking forward to seeing y'all there, man. Appreciate you again, Glenn.
Yeah, you guys give it up for that. That's what I want to hear. See, that's the kind of talk where I could just leave right now and go watch some TV. I'm just joking, because I ain't gonna go watch no TV. But the point is, I can leave and it's in good hands. He just laid it on you. Fantastic, fantastic. And by the way, talking about this friend stuff, I'll never forget when I was in Italy. A bunch of my best friends are over there on the Prez. They're on the Prez team now. They were on the Get team and Millionaire team then, but they're all President's team members now. I'll never forget one of my friends over there, Jonathan, talking about, the friends, your circle of influence that you have before Herbalife, and then when you get into Herbalife and you're all excited about building the business, and if they're not, and I don't mean to use this phrase because y'all have probably heard that phrase before. If you're not with us, you're against us, type stuff, But it's almost like that. And Jim Rohn calls it limited association. That don't mean that you got to cut off everybody. This ain't Scientology. You understand? And I apologize if anybody's in Scientology out there, okay, or whatever. But the point is you ain't got to cut people off like that. You ain't got to cut family off, whatever. But you can have limited association if they're not helping you, like if they're not lifting you, if they're like dragging you down. And a lot of it's subtle. It's not on the surface. It's subtle. Sometimes you don't even realize they're doing it to you. Okay. Other times you do realize they're doing it to you. So sometimes it's like, I see you at Thanksgiving, and that's about enough once a year. You know what I mean? Because you can't subject yourself to that stuff. So one of the things that Jonathan used to tell everybody is, if your group of friends, if they're not coming with you, then here's what you need to do. You need to go recruit a bunch of new friends.
Yeah.
And here's what's great about that is not only will they be your new friends, but they will have the same endeavors they're going in the same direction you are, because they got into Herbalife because you recruited them. And you're going to like them at least 5% better than all your other friends. You guys understand what I just said?
Yes.
Why are you going to like them at least 5% better?
Royalty overrides.
Spit it out.
Royalty overrides,
Rick?
5%. I'm listening.
But that's just the royalty. Somebody's been drinking. You've been hanging around some winos.
I had some prepared.
Yeah, prepared. So check this out. That's just the 5% royalties. Potentially, you could like them 11% more. Because 11%
Bonus production.
that you get when you're on the president's team. You understand?
Oh my
So
gosh.
that's the philosophy. Limited association. You don't got to cut off anybody, family, friends, anybody. Sometimes you do got to cut some people off. You don't have to call them up and say you're cut off. You just like let it fade away. Let it fade away. Let it ride. You understand? You go do what you do and go recruit you a bunch of new friends that you're going to like a lot better anyway. You're probably going to like them a lot better as people because they're going through the trainings. They're learning personal development just like you are. They got their life changed on the products and they're thanking you all the time, telling you how great you are. The only people that ever tell me how great I am is my mom and people in Herbalife. You guys got me? And that's going to probably be the same for you. Okay? Probably going to be the same for you. Okay. Great job, Earl. Let's go. Who else? Raise your hand. Go, Brandon.
So I can just add on to what you said. You got to give up to go up. So with leadership and understanding through Herbalife the past 4 or 5 years that I've been in it, I've lost a lot of friends. I wouldn't say I've lost them. We've parted ways because of the way I'm going. And I've attracted people into my life that want to follow somebody that's leading a promise into their life. And what I mean by that is every day wake up with purpose and vision to fulfill your dreams, and people will follow you the same direction. You're going to attract the people into life that are already good people and that are like-minded like you. And so every day to improve yourself to become the best leader possible that you would like to follow. I know that whenever I got into Herbalife, it really set a foundation as to what my mission was, and it helped me give me the right direction within health and fitness. And so I use it as a foundation and a philosophy to allow myself to follow my path in life. And when you see people out of Herbalife, you really can tell that they might be swayed between different opinions, different beliefs, different structures because of what they've been instilled and what they're for their own life. So I know from experience, I'm really working on leadership this year. I just know it's going to be completely like formatted for communication, time management, and just working with people that I'm around, because they don't follow Herbalife, they follow me. And that's the true purpose that I could take from all tonight's call. They're going to follow whatever expectation you give them, and more importantly, what expectation you give yourself. So if you're fulfilling the fundamentals of Herbalife, use, wear, talk, and you're living with purpose on purpose, there's nothing without a doubt that they're going to do exactly as you say and do exactly as you do, because that's what they want. They want what they see inside of you and the passion that you're giving them. So I can say that right now, the people that have signed up to my business, like Chip, he doesn't even know the philosophy of Herbalife. He only knows the philosophy that I've shown him until he's instilled and followed with a great example. Okay, I need you to plug in here and I need you to follow these plans for your purpose and what you've given me. Then you can instill the philosophy that I've instilled and make it upon your own leadership to follow that guideline. And so what we've been working on, even with Karen, she also follows my leadership. So if I'm out of a groove, all I can expect out of them is they might fall out of place, because I wouldn't expect anything more. And so if I'm always on point every day, checking off my boxes, checking off my daily tasks, knowing that I'm living at 100% with that mindset, all I know is, okay, now my team's that much better because I'm showing up with an intention. I'm showing up with that purpose. And so that's exactly it. And if you always just check yourself, work harder on yourself than anything else, you will be following the task of Herbalife with complete intention. And then being selfless, taking that selfless act to give more than you'll ever receive. Because if you're giving, there will something will turn up. And I also, it just brings up that I have to learn how to receive. I was talking to Chip and Karen about this, two of my downline, just about, okay, people that are really giving, they're very selfless, but you also have to also learn how to receive, because I'm very stubborn when it comes to receiving. It shows like in my head, it shows weakness and powerless act, like I can't handle it. But really, to be a good giver, you have to be a good receiver. And so I've just been learning that. and it's just so great just to unfold different things that are going through my mind. But I just know if I'm on point and I'm working with purpose, that my team is much better off, and then they have someone to follow, just like anything else. So I kind of lost my train of thought when I started baggering back and forth, but
Hey,
yep.
welcome to my world.
Brandon, hey, BK, I
Yeah,
was
buddy.
just telling somebody about what you just said about you, man. Maybe I don't know if it was CJ or Bisco. It was you, CJ? I was telling you about BK. I don't know, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Everybody froze.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
She's nodding.
So anyway, I was just saying what he's. Okay, yeah, because I exactly witnessed. Just to let you guys know, because I think me and Brandon were about the only two that's been on here, besides Glenn and Monica, been in the game a little bit longer than everybody. So, but I generally witnessed Brandon go through what he's telling you guys about. I'm not gonna get into all the details, but I remember him and I having a conversation, and he was saying, "Yeah, that's the struggle. I'm trying to get these people that I care about, because he cares about. Because that's the thing, you care about all these people." And you're like, man, come on, guys, like, because you want them to get healthy, you want them to be a part of this, you want them to get us in this environment, and because he's a caring person, and I think we all are. And then after that, Brandon switched it. Brandon said, you know what? Let me clear out the drawing board, baby. Let me put out the drawing board. Let me draw out what I want. Okay, you don't want to do that? No problem. I love you. You good. Let me kick this August. I'm gonna do this challenge. All right, I'm gonna be at this level by the end of 2018. This is what I'm gonna do. This is the plan. All right, boom, lock and target. Started executing. All of a sudden, boom, Karen show up. All of a sudden, boom, Chip shows up. All of a sudden, boom, this challenge, he got popping. People changing their lives. People like posting these pictures, getting these abs. It's getting insane, like killing it. And I promise you, there's no begging. This guy is clear, and I'm just watching it happen. And that's why we're talking about this vision thing, because you're going to get so caught up in these people. And what Glenn's saying, you're getting caught up in the people. You get caught up in them so much because you care about them. But I've been talking to CJ real strong. Your CJ been talking about it. He's talking real strong, because I'm getting this from Monica, by the way, that getting so clear about the vision, because you're so clear about the vision. The people that want to do this with you are going to
manifest.
The people that want to do it, and it's not going to be no more. Come on, please, come on. It's like, let's go together. You come on, let's go. Come on. You know what I'm saying? You're all running together. You're hitting that sprint. You know what I'm saying? You got Karen on this side, got Chip on the other side. Y'all running instead of you like, you're not doing that anymore. You know, and all because of that vision, man. Great job, B.
Yeah, thank you, buddy.
Hey, and I got a question for all y'all. Do y'all think Earl's taking the products?
Yes.
You see the difference?
For
you
sure.
know when somebody's taking the products and when they ain't taking the product. Come on, people see it. Okay, so for the sake of time, we're going to keep going, but everybody try to keep their stuff to, however, so we don't go 2 hours or an hour and a half. We'll get off in about 10 minutes or whatever. But great job on that, Brandon. And by the way, caring about all these people, because that's how I was too. You want to care, family, all that. That's great to care about people. It's a great quality. But you can also, after they ain't doing it. Mark Hughes always talked about working with people that are going your way and don't worry about the ones that aren't. And so you can go get new people that you end up caring about. That's how it is. And that don't mean that you're either less of a person. As long as you try. Mark Hughes always said, once you've done your best, the hell with it. That's Mark Hughes. Use my language. That's what Mark Hughes says. Once you've done your best, the hell with it. It's actually a president. He had a president. He had that quote in like way back, like Thomas Jefferson or somebody like that. I want to real quickly here. I'm going to pick on someone, and then we can go around whoever else wants to speak. So get ready. But you're up in my left-hand corner, Karen, because you sent me some private messages last week, and I'd really like people to kind of hear from you kind of how you felt, encapsulate those feelings, because you were telling me how much you appreciate this support system and how much you get from it. Because sometimes we don't know. We don't know, what y'all get from this stuff, right? And unless you let us know, okay? We don't know just because you did X amount of volume. You know, but so Karen's real good with her words. You know, she actually texted me. Excuse me, private messaged me and spelled it out and told me how much she appreciated this stuff and how much it's impacting her life and all this other stuff. So Sharon, Karen, if you could share with them just a minute or two, kind of on that. Here, let me unmute you. Hold on, I'll unmute you. Make it easy. Okay, there you go.
Okay. The biggest thing, like when I met Brandon, and he was very invested in me, and everybody that I've met through Herbalife has been very invested in me. They've cared about me. They've cared about my progress. And I've completely changed my life, completely, to the, my health is completely different. I couldn't even go to the grocery store and go shopping before. And now I'm leg pressing 600 freaking pounds, and I've lost almost 100 pounds. And I'm talking to people that I didn't used to have the confidence to talk to. I've put in an application at the Planet Fitness so that I can get a job there really soon, because I'm going to start my training to be a personal trainer to help other people the way that they've been helping me. I mean, I've been getting to do that with Herbalife because me and Brandon's been doing the challenges, and I'm getting to train other people and show them the same love that's been shown me and support. And it's just really great support system overall. Just, I'm a better person and I keep getting better. And I'm helping other people get better.
Now, I'm going to record some, Karen, real quickly. I want you to go back, and when I say go, then I want you to say how much the system means to you, and then tell them what's happened to you on the products. And but you only got 15 seconds. It's Instagram, right? But I want to get that 100 pounds on there, that it's completely changed my life. And I love all my people over here, and this system has changed my life, and whatever. 3, don't think about it. 2, 1, go.
All right. I love Herbalife. My life has completely changed. I have a great support system. I've lost.
Okay, stop. I already messed it up because I think I got go on the thing anyway. But I want you to talk like you're talking to us, not like you're talking on the video. Okay? You understand? Talk like you were talking to us, not like talk with some freaking passion, like I'm not recording you. 2, 1.
I'm really thankful to Herbalife because you guys have changed my life. I've lost almost 100 pounds, and I'm in the best shape I've ever been in. I'm stronger now than I was at 17 years of age. And I'm talking to people and loving life.
That's
and changing life.
Woo! Give it up, give it up, give it up! Captured that moment. Yeah, I did. Check my IG later. I'll post that up. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Awesome, Karen. I called you Karen. Karen. Wow. All right. Who else we got? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Let's go rapid fire now. Rapid fire. Raise your hand. Sam, I'm going to pick on you. Then we'll go to Alcy because I just saw him at the same time. Sam, talk to us. Tell us something. How's your year gotten kicked off here?
Man, I think you guys have summed everything up nicely, very nicely. I don't even know how to say it. There's nothing I can say following you guys. I did my JKO last weekend, and it was phenomenal. One thing that I took away from that last weekend was what does my life look like 5 years from today? What does my life look like 5 years from today? And then just start moving forward, and just nothing but upward movement. And that's just kind of my takeaway. I'm working with what my life will look like 5 years from today.
Very good. For some of these people that don't know, because I saw your picture, what's your total product results, pounds lost?
My product results I'm down now 85 pounds since January the 8th of 2017. And I feel absolutely phenomenal.
Unbelievable. Do you know how much inches total or inches around the waist or anything?
Yeah. I was 46, 48 in the waist, and I'm now in a 36, pushing a 34.
Unbelievable.
From a 4X, almost 5X shirt to a large now. So, and just doing my thing.
That's
Being a product of the products.
That's a foot. That's a foot off
Product
your
of the
waist. That's unbelievable. Congratulations, buddy. Awesome. Alcy, and then we're going to go to Morgan, so get ready. That's right. That's right.
Listen. I'm gonna give it to you short and sweet. My month this year has started off absolutely amazing as I expected because I did the work on myself. I got 2 new distributors that's on here, and they're both killing it. They're killing it, and I'm just so grateful for them just to see their smiles every day. But I want to just give you something. I'm gonna leave you right here. I counted how many people was on this thing. I learned this poem one day, and there's 13 people on here. So this is what I'm going to give you. We are one with 13 functional parts. When and if one of these functional parts become a wing, we will pull together, laugh together, cry together. And one day, if we have heart and endurance, we'll reach the president's team together. Now let's go. No excuses, under no circumstances. Stay committed, baby.
Awesome. I got that on video too. Yeah. You're never safe. Hey, I got to sign up some new distributors too. I'm using y'all to get me some new distributors. Exactly. Okay, Morgan, what you got?
Well, I really don't have much to say. Alcy really just said not what I had to say, but he really just did it. So me going into the new year, I'm taking a different approach. Well, not really different, but just more structured. I'm a structured person. Stuff has to be structured in order for me to feel like I'm doing what I need to be doing. So leaving out of 2017, I already use the products. I already believe in the products. I know the products are absolutely amazing. Intentions have switched to really just fully focusing in on me and my mind. Getting small victories. So just small victory after small victory after small victory, and something as small as this for me has been helping. And it's been just when my alarm goes off, I have 5 seconds before my mind's going to tell me to put it on snooze and go back to sleep. So these small victories have been when my alarm goes off, I get up. That's a victory to start my day. So my day is going to go, your day goes however you start it. Most of the time you can change it if you would like to, but your day goes how you start it. So I've been trying to get small victories, staying structured, really just like truly building relationships and just like really focusing on my mind and staying at a high vibration, because everything we want in life is at the highest vibration possible. So when good things start happening in your life, that's because you're vibrating very high and you're vibrating at the point of where those good things are at. So my focus for this year is just to vibrate very, very, very high. And this month it's been going very well. And I see what a high vibration can do for your life and for your business. So many good things have been happening within my business and the growth of my business. And it's only because I just been focusing on me and making sure that I'm vibrating very high. So if I could just leave anything, it would be to focus on you, vibrate high, and just don't worry about the things that are going on around you, because the good things that are supposed to happen are going to happen in your life when you just stay at that high vibration.
Boom. Boom. Well said. Well said. Wow. Unbelievable. That's a great way to end the call, but I want to make sure I don't mess anybody else up. Does anybody else want to say anything? Chica, you're right in the middle of my screen. Hold on, let me unmute you, help you out. Oh, you already did it. Are you there?
Are you asking me if I want to speak?
Yeah, you're right in the middle of my screen, okay. just waiting.
Okay. So for me, oh shucks. Okay. So for me, what I've learned even last week and this week is I'm changing my mindset. When you were talking earlier about the your toes being in and not fully, like I was on the phone earlier driving when you were talking, and I was, oh shucks, I don't know. Anyways, I that was me. I mean, I was in, but then something happens, like whatever. And so I told myself, it's like when you're at church and someone's speaking to you, but you don't know they're talking to you, and you're there, and you're there for that reason, and you don't know you need to be there, but you need to hear that. So I planned today to be on video, but anyway, stuff happened, so I made sure to call. So when you did that, when you said that, I was just thinking to myself, like, this is okay. What's going on? I need to hear this. And so I just, last week again, when you said to prioritize and to rewrite your list and how you want things to be priority wise. So, I've just been focusing on that and thinking about what I need to do. I've been doing a lot of more personal development, and The Secret, I got that again, and I love it. So I'm listening to the audio on the way to work, and also the book. That's helped me a lot. And I'm just, putting myself in a different space. Yes, that was a lot. Sorry. I'm just like talking.
No,
But anyways,
don't be sorry. Everybody needs to hear it.
yeah.
I see how they're responding to you. They're all like giving you a witness. I can see them. I can see their body language. They're like, oh, preach, girl, because they're all guilty too. We're all in the same boat. We're all in the same boat. You understand? So they need to hear that from you. Okay? Then it makes them feel comfortable. Makes them feel like that something's not wrong with them. Remember Trey Heron, his story about what's wrong with me? And then he heard Stefan Graziani from the stage that was saying the same thing, thinking the same thing, what's wrong with me? And then that's what you relate to when other people are going through the same stuff, thinking the same things you're thinking. You follow me? It's all the same. Okay? So I can see them all giving you a witness. Look at them all. Mm-hmm. Y'all give Chico a witness. Come on. Fantastic. Fantastic. So listen, anybody else? I don't want to get off and then somebody said, "Oh, I was just fixing to say something," and then you cut me off. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Sam.
Let me I'm gonna just unload for everyone.
Here we go.
Struggle.
Look what you did, Chica.
Struggle and abundance is connected. Okay? Struggle and abundance is connected. The struggle comes along with the abundance. Okay, the struggle comes along with the abundance. You will usually enjoy abundance in some form and endure struggle at the same time. You will enjoy abundance in some form and endure struggle at the same time. Take that home with you.
Wow. Yes.
Struggle and abundance is connected.
Look at Elsie over there. You think Elsie's taking the products? It's unbelievable. I mean, don't y'all want to be crazy and have fun the rest of your life like Elsie? I mean, come on. I mean, that's something to live up to right there.
Hey, everybody, I think Raquel got something to say.
Where's she at?
Coach Rocky over there. And I think Mr. Swan got something to say too. Let's put them on blast.
Where they at? Oh, you gonna put them on blast? All I see for Raquel is a fan. So let's go with Swan first. I'll unmute you, make it easy for y'all. Here, hold on. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, first off, let me introduce myself. My name is Romero Swan. Well, the biggest thing I took from Elsie, I went to school with Elsie, and it seemed like he'd been a tale of two people. because when I was going to school with Alcy, it was, he was just around the school. He was heavier than what he is now, and I didn't see confidence in him. But once I reached out to him, and I seen his amazing videos, and he was just a big inspiration to me. I honestly look up to him. I write him all the time. We text all day, every day, and he brought me, my girlfriend, and I hope. That's the best thing I took from him was hope, and he got me on board, and I follow his lead. Whatever he tell me, we do it, we work it out, and I just know he's not straying me wrong. So I really appreciate him.
That's fantastic. That's a beautiful thing. Thank you for sharing that, man, and welcome to the team, man.
Thanks.
That is so awesome. So awesome. Okay, Raquel, I'm gonna unmute you, make it easy for you, so you and your fan can talk to us. Oh, there you are. Always a fan going.
Okay, well, hello everyone. My name is Raquel. And the only thing I really have to say is stay committed. I had this hashtag that just popped into my head, and I was like, I'm just gonna use it for all 2018, whether it's for my business, my spiritual relationship, just with anything that I have in mind that I want to start. I want to be able to stay committed and finish it. So that's all I really have to say.
That's awesome. And on stuff like that, things are simpler than human beings make it. You could take the most simplest thing, put 4 or 5 human beings together on it at the same time, and they will mess it up. They will make it so difficult and just mess it up. You know what I'm saying? So for example, Herbalife, the products, building the business, making money, what to say, what not to say to people, going to a training, that's simple. Learning, that's simple. Education, that's simple. Knowledge, the more you learn, the more you earn, that's simple. That's all simple stuff. Human beings are the ones that end up complicating it. So all you got to do is do what Brandon has been doing and get out of your own way. Okay? That's number 1. Get out of your own way. I'm going to also share something with you. Analysis leads to paralysis. So if you self-analyze yes, it's good to analyze. It's good to self-reflect. Reflect on your day, reflect on your week. What could I have done better here? What could I have done better there? Yes, let's spend some time on that. But don't analyze yourself all the way to the point where you paralyze yourself. You follow what I'm saying? You got to have a healthy thing on that, a healthy medium on that. Okay? And if you just hang around all these people, guess what? Whether you like it or not, they're going to rub off on you. If you hang around, for example, if you hang around Alcy and Morgan, I'm just using them as an example. If you hung around them for 30 days, don't you imagine that you would start posting some goofy and funny, exciting videos? Don't you think that you would start putting videos about you making a shake? Because that's all you see. So you do what you see. So they rub off on you whether you want it to or not. I don't like posting videos. 5 days later, you're posting videos, and you're going, why am I? You ain't even thinking about it because everything they've been doing rubs off on you. So for you to follow through with things and things like that, just be around people that follow through with things. Pretty much that simple. And then, by the way, big one here, ask. The most powerful words in the English language is, can you help me? Can you help me? Can you help me? I can't quite figure this thing out. Hey, I've got some questions. Can you help me? I'm not sure about this. I think I pretty much got this thing, but I'm not sure. Can you help me? I want to make sure I got this thing figured out. Now, how many scoops you supposed to do? Now, when's that next conference call? I forgot. I know they told me, but I was so excited and I forgot to write it down. Can you help me? Oh, that's on Wednesday night? Oh, yeah, you're right. The point is don't be afraid to ask. Can you help me? If somebody asks you, can you help me? Hey, Raquel, can you help me? What are you going to say? Hell no, get out of it. Don't be asking me for help. You're not going to tell that to me or anybody else. If somebody says, can you help me? What's your first thing? Of course. You're like almost like flattered that they ask you for help. You know what I mean? Like you. Even somebody that wants directions. Hey, hey, stop on the street. Hey, can you show me? Of course I will. Come over here. Can you draw it out for them? You love to help people. You guys got what I'm saying, okay? So just hang around everybody, and they're going to help you follow through all the way to the finish line, all the way to the promised land. Promised land is the finish line. Renata. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so Renita.
Renita, sorry.
That's okay. Hey, everyone. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to jot down a couple of items that, okay, sorry about that. I just wanted to jot down a couple of things that I want to focus on for 2018. I know I've been working with Earl, and so I want to kind of share this with some of the group. I would like to, first of all, continue to focus on my spiritual development, which I do on a daily basis. Focus on some personal development. Actually, after our call last week, I actually Googled who Dennis Dowdell was. And on that Thursday, I was actually doing some personal development with listening to some of his speeches. Wow. So that's kind of a way I've started kicking off this year with trying to get plugged into some of these names that I've heard. And business development is another area I want to work on, which is, of course, attending January kickoff. I already have my tickets.
Boom.
Forward to that this weekend. I'm participating in the 21-day challenge along with Earl and team and trying to get some people motivated that are helping them with their New Year's resolutions and such. And also, for those that don't know, because I did buy my ticket in December, I have been granted a seat at the president table at the February 2018 Dallas STS. So I will be getting a luxury of sitting there at that table with some of those participants, and I'm looking forward to that next month. And I do agree with Morgan. I liked her statement. It was some very powerful and inspirational words that she shared earlier. And I'm agreeing with her about the high vibrations. I'm enjoying that. And thanks. Enjoying being a part of the team.
Wow. I should just let you do the whole call, Renita. You are clear. Clear?
Yeah, just one other small note. I did want to go ahead and put that out there in the universe because I will be traveling the next couple of weeks, and I will be out of the country for a while. So, Glenn, if you don't see me on these calls, that means I'm in a different time zone. So just wanted to let the team know that, but I'm in with everyone. Just if you don't see my face, that's what's going on. So I just wanted to let you guys know. So probably be right at the end of the month. I'm coming back on the 31st at first. So you want to know, why you don't see me these next couple of weeks.
I appreciate you sharing that with us. And if you get to a location, you can always watch them online so you don't miss anything.
Right.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that stuff with us. Now let me ask y'all something. Is Renita the type of person that would be a good sponsor to somebody? Come on. If you have to think about that one. So that's the type of people that you need to be.
Yes,
and that's what's magic about hanging around with these type of people, because you're like, oh, I need to be like her. Oh, she's organized. Oh, she knows what she wants to say. Oh, she knows what she's doing. Oh, to follow me? I mean, there's so many great qualities that you can choose from all the different personalities and all the little different techniques that they do. Okay? So awesome. Okay? Anybody else? And then we're going to close down. This was powerful. Oh, Sharon up here up top. Sorry, baby. Here, I'll unmute you. Make it simple. There you go.
Hey.
Hello.
I haven't talked on a video in a long time. I'm like, you know what? Okay, I need to go ahead and, like y'all would say, just put it out there, put it out in the universe, speak it. So, yeah, held accountable now since I didn't said it. So, but I've definitely been in one of those things where I've been at a point to where I kind of paralyzed myself, like you were talking about, and then trying to do things my own way, which I see sometimes it's not the right way to go. Like you say, y'all talk a lot about repetition, and there's a process already set, so that's what you should be doing. And y'all talk about that all the time. I'm gonna focus more on actually. I see what y'all are doing, so I just need to do it more. And working on more personal development for myself, setting visions and goals. And so I won't be paralyzed anymore, because I'm one of the people I overthink. So I'm too busy trying to think of the process and don't get anywhere. I'm trying to think of how to recreate something or do something different when I don't really need to. I just need to just do it. And what was I going to say? another statement too about, setting the vibration, high vibrations, because that's a real big thing too. And I had lately, for the last couple of weeks, I've really been working on changing my mindset, because my mindset it kind of got off track for a while. And so I'm really refocused now. I'm back in the game. I'm jumping back in. So I'm just happy that, I have, the people I can still rely on and talk to and kind of get me back in the game. Then this swooped a little, slap on the face and shaking, like, okay, you're good now, But thanks for those that haven't given up on me. I'm still here, but I'm back in the game. Got my dukes up. I'm ready. So that's all I want to say.
Good for you. That's awesome, Sharon. Y'all give it up for Sharon. That's so awesome. I'm telling you, that's the biggest ingredient. People just getting in their own way, and we're all guilty of it. Thinking all the thoughts that are in our head, a lot of the thoughts that don't serve us, the thief in our mind, all that type of stuff. Okay, but again, keep it like this analyzation. Make sure you don't lead where you analyze so much that you paralyze yourself. Because at the end of the day, your job is to get customers and get distributors. Get customers, get distributors. Get customers, get distributors. Use where talk. Social media. However you choose to talk to people, right? But creating that pool of interest everywhere you go. Mark Hughes used to teach at every opportune moment. Be ready. Have your catalog, your product catalogs, have samples, have your business card, have your phone with pictures on it. Know your own personal story and other people's story. Know how much weight Morgan has lost, Alcie's lost, Sam has lost. Sometimes it's hard to keep track. Karen. I mean, if you added up Karen, Morgan, Alcie, and Sam, that's well over 400 pounds. If you added up all their inches, it would probably stretch from here to Louisiana. You understand? So those stories are powerful. If you know the stories, your own story, pounds and inches, and other people's stories, pounds and inches, and some before and after pictures, if you're in an environment where you can show those, that stuff is the powerful stuff that will move inventory, that will move products. And I don't mean to say move products, but I mean to say, moving products and money exchanging hands. It is a business. You want to be in business, right? If you want to be in business, money needs to exchange hands. That's number one. Number two, there needs to be an end user that can turn out to be another Karen or another Morgan or Alcie or Chica or something like that. It's a life change. Because a lot of people that ends up getting a life change on the products, they naturally slide into the business because they already fell in love with the products. You guys follow what I'm saying? Okay. So just get that deal on every single day. Understand what your job is. I got to get customers. I got to get distributors. I got to take care of my existing customers, take care of my existing distributors. But keep in mind, new solves all. New solves all. Activity and production solves all your problems. You keep that in mind, and it won't be long at all, and you'll be standing in the promised land and bringing people with you. You follow me? So I will see all of you guys that are down here in this region at the kickoff this weekend. It's going to be mind-boggling. For some of you guys that don't know Dennis Dowdell, a lot of the stuff that he teaches is a lot of philosophy, and personal development type stuff. And a lot of the stuff through his teachings is personal development intertwined in there, but high-level leadership stuff, mindset, because everything about this business, you don't have to worry about the ingredients in the products, coming up with the coolest logo and all that other stuff. Most of it is what's going on in between your ears, the way you think and feel about things, your leadership, your mindset, your vision, your belief, your buy-in factor. You're going to get all that from Dennis. You follow me? So it's going to be, you're not going to be the same. Take a picture of yourself before you go to the meeting. That's on Sunday. When you walk out, you're going to be a different person. That's going to be the launching pad 2018 being the best year you've ever had in your life. You guys got me? So let's really have a sense of urgency about this first quarter of the year. Remember, the first quarter sets the tone for the entire year. What you do in the first quarter. So make sure, look at y'all down there. Y'all are so damn cute. But make sure y'all going to be like on postcards and stuff. Or like postcards or something. Okay? So make sure that you're you know, that you are there so you can get your year kicked off and stuff like that. It's going to be mind-boggling. Okay, guys, thank y'all so much for contributing tonight. You guys are unbelievable. We love you.
Awesome.
We'll see you this weekend. And
Yeah, awesome job, guys.
Next week. Thanks, guys.